Digital Wonder presents 14 tips from how to win friends and influence people. Number 1. Say their name. What better way to get to know someone than by learning their name? It's such an easy and simple task too. Doing this signals that you care about them enough that you know their name. Using a person's name is a lot more intimate than without. A "How are you, Andy?" sounds much better and friendlier than just "How are you?" A person's name is the most important sound in their life, so by saying their name, you're recognizing just how important they are to you. Number 2. Avoid negativity. I'm sure you're well aware that it's never fun to be around negative people. People tend to avoid those who criticize, condemn, or complain too much. What people are attracted to, however, are positive and optimistic people. They love the energy these people bring. It's not that you can't have negative thoughts, but it's often better to keep these thoughts to yourself. When criticism or complaint enters your thoughts, try to say something positive instead. Or as they say, if you have nothing good to say, don't say anything at all. Number 3. Give praise. It should be pretty obvious, but people love getting praised. If there are people you think deserve praise, give it to them. Be genuine about it too. Praising someone not only raises their spirit and yours, but also makes them want to do better. There is virtually no relationship that would not benefit from praise. Because of our innate love of getting praised, we tend to gravitate towards people who give praise. Just be careful that you are sincere and honest about your compliments. Insincere, forced praise will instead have the opposite reaction and people will stay away from you. Number 4. Be interested in others. In general, we love to talk about our lives. We want to talk about how we're doing, what we're going to do, and whatever else about our lives we want to share. If you want to attract more friends, be the person that listens. Most people have that one friend they can talk to no matter what. We all need that type of person in our lives. But don't be just a listener, be an active listener. When you're in a conversation with someone, ask questions. Learn about their lives. Be genuinely interested in the things happening in their lives, be it good or bad. It's always more fun to talk to people that are interested in what we're saying than those who just talk on and on and on about themselves. Number 5. Show respect. It's easy to get into a "you're wrong, I'm right" mindset when we're disagreeing with someone. However, this is the fastest way to push the other party away instead of swaying them to your side. Never try to prove that the other person is wrong. When doing that, you're challenging them to prove their point, which makes them more steadfast in their opinion. Instead of outright disagreeing with them, try respecting their opinions and understanding where they are coming from. Number 6. Quiet influence. It might seem counterintuitive, but one of the best ways to influence someone is to let them do most of the talking. When the other person has a different opinion from yours, they will often have their own ideas and thoughts about the subject. Even if you talk their ear off, they likely won't listen to a single word you say because they're itching to get their thoughts to you. That's why you should let the other party do most of the talking. Listen to what they have to say and ask questions when appropriate. Address some of their concerns with your opinions and you're more than likely to have changed their mind about something. Number 7. Smile often. Smiles can be powerful. By putting a smile on your face, you immediately seem friendlier and more approachable. When you smile, it will often make the other person smile too. There's also one other benefit to smiling that will help both you and your friend. Research has shown that the act of smiling makes you feel better. This is because we can feel how we act, not just the other way around. So if you're smiling, it will make your friend start smiling, and when we're all smiling, it's just good feelings all around. Number 8. The feedback sandwich. Life can't be all praises and sweet nothings. Sometimes there are things other people do that get on your nerves. So how do we tell them that they need to change their behavior without seeming too negative? Use a technique called the feedback sandwich. This means when you're trying to confront someone, start and end your confrontation with something positive. For instance, instead of saying, "You keep ditching me, do you even care about me at all?" Try saying, "I really love our friendship and it sucks that you keep canceling on me. Can I ask why?" Our relationship matters to me. Be honest with your feelings, but soften the blow with some positive thoughts. Number 9. Arguments can't be won. The only way to win an argument is to avoid it. Some people enter an argument to win, but in fact, there is never a true winner during an argument. An argument brings about negative feelings and poor communication. It's one side fighting with another about their opinions. This doesn't mean we can't have disagreements or differing opinions. This just means there are better ways to get your thoughts across without turning them into arguments. Instead, try appreciating the other person's thoughts for what they are, and express to them what your opinions are. Avoid shouting matches and ultimatums along the lines of "I'm right and you're wrong." Number 10. Turn up the charm. On paper, you might be a good person. You might have met all the actual qualifications that are required for a job or the arbitrary ones for relationships. But that's not always enough. You also need to charm them. There are many people out there that get by on charm alone, and there's a reason for that. We love when we're on the receiving end of that charm. It makes us feel good, and when a person makes us feel good, we want that person to be around as much as possible. Learn good social skills. Be healthily curious about people around you. When you become someone people love to hang out with, suddenly opportunities will land at your feet. Number 11. Acknowledge your mistakes. No one is perfect, and we all make mistakes, big or small. What can be frustrating, however, is when we don't own up our mistakes and admit that we've made them. When you acknowledge your mistakes and apologize for them, others will lower their defenses and become more agreeable. Be humble enough to admit you were in the wrong, and others are more likely to keep you in their life. It's one of the ways you can keep a strong and stable relationship, either personally or professionally. Number 12. Common ground. When you wish to approach someone, it's best when you start at something you both agree on. Start at the same level and gradually move on to more difficult and polarizing subjects. If you start with very different opinions, it will be difficult to meet somewhere you're both comfortable with. Even if you do have something in common, you will never get there if you start with polarizing opinions first. Number 13. Plant the seed. When you want to have someone else agree with you, it's best when they come to that conclusion themselves. They are much more open to change their mind if they think it's done out of their own free will. Start by planting the seed and let it grow on their own terms inside their thoughts. Begin with the common ground and gently steer them to the ending you want. Never force your opinions onto others. Even when they were somewhat on the fence, a forceful push in one direction will instead result in them resisting and going the other way instead. Slow and steady wins the race. Number 14. Make them feel valued. At the end of the day, people just want to feel like they're important. They want to know that they matter to you. And once they feel that way, they are more likely to do the things you need them to do. If they know that they are important to you, they'll want to return the favor. They will offer you things that you would otherwise not have gotten. There are many ways to make people feel important. Talk to them, remember their names, praise them. These are all actions you can take to make them feel like they're worth something. Make them feel good and important, and you can ask them almost anything you want. Subscribe and turn on notifications so we can continue to make videos like these. Be sure to check out this playlist of our top videos, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.